Tonight on To The Point, gas prices.
We shouldn't implement the legislation until we know the actual impact and what the gasoline market's going to look like.
Why an upcoming decision could impact drivers and the pushback tonight from lawmakers.
Another storm system headed our way, the timing and how it may impact your weekend.
Plus, the final sprint to Election Day. Both presidential candidates crisscrossing must-win battleground states. And later, levee concerns in the Delta. What's being done to make sure they hold up?
Thanks for joining us here on To The Point. I'm Alex Bell. In about a week, the California Air Resources Board, also known as CARB, is expected to make a decision that could possibly impact gas prices. There has been a lot of criticism about the upcoming board meeting, and now we're hearing from lawmakers who are asking the board to delay this decision. ABC 10's Jeannie Nguyen joins us in studio tonight with more.
Alex, 2 Republican Assembly members recently sent this letter here to CARB urging them to delay the upcoming decision, citing what the board chooses to do could make it difficult for millions of California drivers to pay for gas. CARB's executive officer now is telling the public this decision will not financially impact drivers.
CARB shouldn't move forward with the low carbon fuel standard, and we shouldn't implement the legislation until we know the actual impact and what the gasoline market's going to look like.
On November 8th, the California Air Resources Board, or CARB, will be making a decision regarding the low carbon fuel standard, or LCFS. Many lawmakers are concerned that decision could possibly raise gas prices. That's why Republican Assemblymember Joe Patterson wrote this letter asking CARB to delay that decision.
We have already seen a pretty drastic impact, I think, as a result of the legislation coming out of this special session. So why, at the same time, is the state going to potentially increase gas prices?
Last year, lawmakers were told gas prices could increase by 47 cents. Last week, CARB's executive officer, Dr. Stephen Cliff, said that is not an absolute number. And this week, Cliff had another response.
If the LCFS passes next week, will gas costs rise? And my response was, no, I don't expect them to.
The lack of clarity on how much this could cost drivers has Patterson frustrated.
Well, initially they said 47 cents a gallon. Then they said they couldn't predict a number. And then actually yesterday in the press conference, they said, oh, we don't think it's going to cost anything. So I'm not really sure what the truth is.
Even though Cliff wasn't sure about how much this could cost drivers, he was sure about how this would affect oil refineries in the state.
There will be additional impacts and compliance costs for refiners. That is correct, yes.
Leaving Patterson concerned about the future of oil refineries in California.
What is going to end up happening as a result by the closure of these refineries is gas prices are going up because we have to now get more oil from the Middle East and other countries.
A spokesperson for the governor's office says Republicans are trying to take us backwards, adding these policies will save Californians billions every year.
Now, Jeannie, we know you've done the best that you can to simplify this. We know it's a very complicated topic, you guys, but you really did a great job simplifying it. I do want to mention, though, this could have some really big impacts. So if people at home, if they do want to stay informed, how can they do that?
Well, this upcoming meeting on November 8th, people are actually encouraged to attend this meeting, but it will be held virtually for people who can't attend in person. And the links on how you can attend will be posted on our website at abc10.com.
And of course, we will continue to keep you updated. Jeannie's going to be following this. Jeannie, thank you so much. And we also looked into the cost of a gallon of gas. Right now, drivers pay a state excise tax of about 59 cents per gallon, according to caltax.org. California drivers also pay a federal fuel tax that's a little over 18 cents per gallon, plus state costs for the low carbon fuel standard, the cap and trade program, state and local sales tax, and the underground storage fee. Altogether, for gas priced around $5 per gallon, taxpayers pay about $1.23 per gallon in state and federal taxes and fees. Turning to our weather now, this is a look at I-80 in Kingville around 5:45 this evening. You can see a good amount of snow on the ground right now. Let's go ahead and bring in Carly because you are tracking more snow on the way and also some weather impact alert days.
That's right. We saw as much as 2.5 inches of snowfall at Donner Pass and Soda Springs, and now a weather impact alert is also being issued for Friday to Saturday. The impact is going to be colder temperatures and also snow flurries from Friday to Saturday morning. As much as 8 to even 12 inches could be possible at some of those passes. Your need is to be ready for this change. The cooler temperatures, the rain jacket in the valley, that is for Friday night. Yes, and Friday night football will be impacted starting closer about 6 p.m. on into your overnight hours we will be expecting that rain. Now, winter weather advisory issued until Saturday 5 p.m. for those high Sierra areas, and we are looking at the potential for as much as 8 to 12 inches at Donner, 12 to 18 inches at Lassen, 3 to 6 inches Echo, Carson 8 to 12, Sonora 8 to 12. Now, our satellite radar, partly cloudy skies now, but increasing cloud coverage into tomorrow. And your Halloween forecast, if you're heading out the door, we're looking at low 60s right now.
All right, thanks, Carly. And other news, a man was arrested today after allegedly shooting at San Joaquin County deputies responding to a security alarm. Take a listen to this. It happened at the Pick and Pull on Clark Drive in Stockton. The sheriff's office says a homeowner got an alert from his security camera and called his grandson, who searched the area in a golf cart with an AR-15. When deputies arrived, the grandson allegedly fired 2 shots at them before they could identify themselves and had to take cover behind a cement fence. They were able to take the grandson into custody. He is now facing multiple charges. Deputies say the suspects from the original alarm call ran away and they were not found. Sacramento police are investigating a Wednesday night shooting that sent a man to the hospital. It happened around 6:15 in the area of Wilmington Avenue and 28th Street. Officers say a man was found with at least 1 gunshot wound. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition, and police say there could be another victim who left the scene. Down in Southern California, officers overnight clashed with Dodgers fans after the World Series win. You can see video right here. Hundreds of fans took to the streets of LA with fireworks and other objects. Police say they also received reports of looting and vandalism, including a bus set on fire. Tonight in Your Voice, Your Vote, we are just 5 days away from the November election. New data from the Election Lab shows more than 60 million Americans have already cast their ballots. Today, both presidential candidates are campaigning in western battleground states, each holding rallies in Nevada and Arizona.
As the election enters its final few days, today former President Donald Trump is rallying in front of a new crowd, visiting New Mexico for the first time this cycle.
Look, I'm only here for one reason. They all said, don't come. I said, why? You can't win New Mexico. I said, look, your votes are rigged. We can win New Mexico.
He and Vice President Harris are on a battleground blitz, both campaigning today in Nevada and Arizona. In his closing message, Trump has largely focused on the issue of immigration, promising the largest mass deportation in American history. He's also trying to boost support among women voters, as some Republicans warn Trump's rhetoric could turn them away.
I'm president. I want to protect the women of our country. They said, sir, I just think it's inappropriate for you to say, pay these guys a lot of money. Can you believe it? I said, well, I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. I'm going to protect them.
The Harris campaign quickly turned that line into an ad.
Whether the women like it or not, whether the women like it or not, whether the women like it or not.
The VP then responding on her way to Phoenix.
It actually is, I think, very offensive to women in terms of not understanding their agency, their authority, their right, and their ability to make decisions about their own lives, including their own bodies.
With 5 days to go, Harris is highlighting her priorities on the economy, reproductive rights, and more recently, uniting the country. Harris insists she's the underdog.
Donald Trump's been running for the last decade. I've been in this race about 3.5 months, and the stakes are so high.
And both candidates are campaigning in Wisconsin tomorrow, and Trump will also make a stop in Michigan. All right, coming up a little bit later in the show, are San Joaquin County levees at risk of failing? We take your concerns to officials to see what they're doing to help. Plus, the Mendez Brothers' future now in the hands of the governor. The options on the table that could lead to their release. All right, let's get a look at our forecast. Meteorologist Carly Gomez breaking it all down for us on this Halloween night. How's it looking?
It's nice out tonight, nice and dry, just a little chilly, but everything's changing for us as we move into tomorrow night and Saturday morning. We are seeing weather impact alert days being issued for that Friday night into Saturday, with valley rain and Sierra snowfall continuing. This is going to be a much bigger storm system than what we just dealt with. We're expecting more downpours, heavier at times into areas as a solid line of showers is expected as we get to Friday evening and into those overnight hours. Now, currently what we're looking at is a low to the Pacific Northwest. That trough will start to deepen into California for your Friday. So you're going to see increasing cloud coverage throughout the day, starting off with a little bit of sun, then more and more clouds. And right behind it, we are looking at another low that's expected to bring in some of those showers for us as we start moving closer to about 6 p.m. Take a look as we time this out for you into Friday evening. You see our first look at showers, 6:30, a nice line right here, Grass Valley to Woodland, Vacaville, and Fairfield. That's closer to about 6:30. Then right behind it, a lot more moisture. So you see that more solid line really starting to form here around 8:30. So a lot of people at Friday Night Football, we know kickoffs around 7:15. You're expecting pretty much to get drenched. So make sure you have a jacket, raincoat, umbrella, whatever it is you need for that moment. It's probably going to last about 45 minutes as it continues to shift toward the southeast. Passing through, we're looking at more of those snow showers as well, and a winter weather advisory in effect until 5 p.m. on Saturday. Now, as we take a look at the rainfall totals, we're really looking anywhere from a quarter to maybe a ½ inch of rain. And depending on where some of the hardest hitting areas are, we could see upwards of even a ½ inch of rain. So get ready for those downpours. We saw a quarter inch this morning. Temperatures in the mid to low 60s tomorrow in those foothill spots with overnight lows in the upper 30s. The next 3 days, about low 60s to mid 60s. And moving into next week, we'll be looking at temperatures even in the low 70s.
Carly, thank you. Coming up onto the point, tech billionaire Elon Musk sued over his controversial political action committee. What happened in court? Plus, levee concerns in San Joaquin Delta. What's being done to make sure that they hold up? Welcome back. We're turning now to the emergency out in San Joaquin County. A levee that separates Victoria Island from the Old River is at risk of failing, prompting an emergency declaration. But this is just one of more than 100 levee systems in the county. And with rainy season here, ABC 10's Gabriel Porras is finding out how county officials are making sure the rest hold up.
This small trickle of water at the base of the levee that separates Old River from Victoria Island is a disaster waiting to happen, emergency contractors say.
Our primary concern is if this seepage were to increase, that would demonstrate to us that the 4-foot blanket of earth and fill we placed underwater is either eroded or cracked. The likelihood of that happening is very, very high.
San Joaquin County signing an emergency declaration Wednesday, opening the door to more support for a more permanent fix.
Which I think we have the right tools to do. It's just we need to get the financial wherewithal to perform.
While this levee is getting most of the attention today, San Joaquin County officials say they haven't forgotten about the other levees all across the county, hundreds of miles of them.
We've been working with the Army Corps of Engineers on a major repair in Mormon Slough. That's about 50% completed. There's an erosion repair season that's guided by the state. That season is about to end.
Now, the county's Public Works Department says crews will be transitioning their focus to daily inspections of all levees.
When there's a storm event, we're doing more frequent inspections and coordinating with our Office of Emergency Services, Department of Water Resources, Army Corps of Engineers, and then also getting reports from reclamation districts.
Districts like the one that hired Christopher Nudek's firm.
You see those cracks there? They extended all the way up here.
He says the levees that back up to hundreds of homes across the county are likely safe.
When we look at an urban levee, we know what's in it, we know how it behaves, and we construct it to a standard, at least 100, if not 200-year standard. These are what we would call something less than 50.
Christopher now hoping for at least a few more weeks before the Victoria Island levee's time is up.
Even though there's businesses and plenty of life and health on this island, the level of risk is much lower than it is in the urban settings.
In San Joaquin County, Gabriel Porras, ABC 10.
And as for the cause of the levee collapse, contractors say that they are still looking into it. Emergency officials are asking people living in that area to have supplies ready and a plan in place just in case the levee deteriorates. And the future of the Mendez brothers now lies with Governor Gavin Newsom. It comes after the Los Angeles District Attorney filed a letter of clemency Wednesday to support their release from prison. In the letter, the DA writing in part, quote, they have respectively served 34 years and have continued their educations and worked to create new programs to support rehabilitation of fellow inmates. By law, the governor cannot make a decision on the case for 10 days. Now, with this letter, there are now 3 possible tracks for their release. The first is that request for clemency from the governor, which could shorten their sentence to time served. The second is the LADA's call for them to be resentenced. That also requires a parole board's approval and ultimately the governor's okay. And lastly, a so-called habeas hearing in which new evidence of the sexual assault they say they endured could lead to a change in their conviction. Now, if Governor Newsom grants clemency or if the brothers are resentenced, the parole board needs to approve it, which could take up to a year. The brothers could get out faster if a judge reduces their conviction from murder to voluntary manslaughter.
DA Krasner was here to testify. Elon Musk didn't show.
Elon Musk was a no-show in court today. The tech billionaire was scheduled to appear in Philadelphia State Court after the district attorney sued him and his political action committee over his controversial $1 million a day voter giveaway. The lawsuit claims Musk and his America PAC are running an illegal lottery. His lawyers claim that he was too busy to attend. Musk has promised the money to people who sign his PAC's petition supporting the First Amendment, which protects freedom of speech, and the Second Amendment with its rights to keep and bear arms. Now, the sweepstakes aiming to boost Donald Trump's presidential campaign. Musk, who has already handed out several checks, is now seeking to take the case to federal court. His lawyers are arguing the state court has no jurisdiction, saying including Musk in the suit is a publicity stunt. And you already know ABC 10 is working to connect you with the information that you need to vote in this upcoming election. Our team is taking your questions and getting you answers. Here's Brandon Ritteman.
This question involves a political ad that shocked people across the country with graphic images. We're not going to show it here. A lesser-known presidential candidate ran an attack ad against Kamala Harris, showing gory pictures of human fetuses to make arguments about abortion. The ad aired here on ABC 10 multiple times in recent weeks during ABC network programming. And as you can imagine, we've gotten lots of complaints and questions. Jeff emailed me to ask, "Hi, Brandon. I would like to know how Channel 10 is being forced to show that vile, disgusting, horrifying TV commercial. What law can make any TV station do that? If I was a political candidate, could I show anything I wanted in a TV commercial? How about porn?" Jeff, your beef is with the Federal Communications Commission. The FCC makes legally binding rules for the public airwaves that TV and radio stations broadcast on. Broadcasters are legally prohibited by the FCC from censoring a candidate ad. If a PAC wanted to run an ad with the same gory images, it could be rejected. But if the ad comes from a candidate, stations and networks aren't allowed to censor it. In fact, broadcasters are required to sell ads to federal candidates and at discount rates. The ABC network, which does not own ABC 10, by the way, did the only thing it could.
The following is a paid political advertisement, and the ABC television network is required to carry it by federal law.
It put disclaimers before and after the ad to warn viewers of the disturbing images and explain the ad has to be allowed to run. As for your other question, Jeff, what if a candidate tried to run an ad with sexually graphic images? I called up some FCC and media law experts I know. They debate questions like yours over coffee. I'm told it's uncharted legal territory, Jeff, but their general thinking is broadcasters probably can reject a candidate ad if it were to have porn in it. And that's because the FCC has other rules against what it defines as obscene or indecent content. Those rules are all about images and cuss words related to sex and other private body parts. But the FCC has made it clear the ad you asked us about has to air. He's showing graphic images to make a political argument. He has a First Amendment right to this speech. And because he's a candidate, the FCC also gives him the right to do that on the air if he buys the ad time. I've only got one silver lining for you on this, Jeff. Come November 6th, it's not going to be a thing for a while. The rules that require broadcasters to sell TV ads to candidates, they only apply in the 60 days before an election. Thanks a lot for asking, and happy voting, Jeff.
If you have questions of your own, you can send them to us right now. Head over to abc10.com/vote, and there you will find our survey where you can tell us what else you want to know about voting and the election. We look forward to getting your questions. Still ahead, the newest location to shop for groceries in Northern California after the break. There's a new place to shop for groceries in our area. Trader Joe's just opened a new location out in Roseville today. It's located off Fairway Drive in the old 99-cent store space. It is open every day from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. And this is Roseville's second Trader Joe's. The other location is at Roseville Square. As always, thank you so much for watching and for inviting us into your home. If you have something that we should be looking into, make sure to reach out to me and the team, and I will see you tomorrow. Don't forget, though, To the Point does not end here. You can always download our free ABC 10 Plus app wherever you stream.
Thanks for watching ABC 10 Plus. And now that you're here, why don't we take a look around and see what else is here? The very first tile on your left is always going to be streaming 24/7. You can find us adjacent to that, breaking news if it's there. And then right next to that, a replay of the most recent newscast. Whether it's ABC 10 Morning News at 5, 6, or beyond, it's going to be there. The forecast beyond that, and then right beyond that, the news that matters the most. Now that you know the basic tiles, let's go up to the top and take a deeper dive into news. We have every single newscast that you would need, including To the Point with Alex Bell, taking a deeper dive into the issues. Beyond that, ABC 10 Morning News at 5 and 6 and 11, the evening shows as well. Below that, you can watch the top stories from To the Point. Under that, Dollars and Cents, where you can learn how to navigate this challenging economy. And below that, you can watch our award-winning ABC 10 Special Investigations, where we hold the powerful accountable. Going into weather, look, it's the 10-day forecast, getting you ready for the weekend and beyond. Beyond that, sports. I know you care about the Sacramento Kings. We have the most comprehensive guide to anything, everything Kings in the locker room and on the court. We have it. Below that, I know you care about the San Francisco 49ers. We can't mention Bay Sports without talking about the Oakland A's. We have that too. What's super exciting, I know you care about high school sports. You'll never find a more comprehensive guide and team dedicated to high school sports. Backing out again, come up to the top and join me on Verify. I'm super excited about this. Our experts are checking the facts, verifying the truth for you. Jump up now to shows. Very excited about this. Oh, look. It's Take a Look. This is my show. I love movies, and if you love movies or streaming shows, whether it's on screens this big, or this big, it's Take a Look. Recently went behind the scenes, sat down with Lady Gaga and Joaquin Phoenix to talk about Joker 2. I love the movie, and oh, I just heard you shout you hate the movie. Jump in, we talk about it on this show. Other shows, Bartell's Backroads, go up and down the state of California, tank of gas getaways, one fuel cell getaway, like places like the Toy Museum. This is what kids did before they had screens. Over here, the Moaning Caverns of Calaveras County, one of the most coveted caves in all of California. You know, watching this show, I discovered there's a cave that could fit the entire Statue of Liberty in your own backyard. You'll find about that and more with Bartell's Backroads. Down below that, To the Point. It is one of my favorite newscasts because they talk about news with Alex Bell the way you talk about news. It's conversational, but in-depth at the same time. Below that, Your California Life. Love this show. Whether it's entertainment, food, beverage, lifestyle, it's there. Desiree Shepherd hosts and does an amazing job. So there you have it. It's ABC 10 Plus, the app. What do you need? We heard you and we got it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for streaming.
Hey, it's Alex. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. The To The Point team and I love hearing from you, and I hope that you'll stay in touch. And don't forget, you can always email me and the team at tothepoint@abc10.com, or you can even send us a text message at 916-321-3310.